Mensink.
Kalli, Olson.
Calen, Scholl.
Lana, Yeakel.
Currently, the richest man in the United States makes $231,000 per minute.
According to a survey we conducted, everyone in this room has purchased or used an item made by one of the 4 richest people in America, such as electronics we use here at school or ice cream we bought at Dairy Queen.
How the rich make their billions and the lifestyle that comes with it is something that fascinates all of us.
First, we will tell you about Mark Zuckerberg. Second, we will inform you about Warren Buffett. Third, we will tell you about Bill Gates. And finally, we will discuss Jeff Bezos. First, let's begin by sharing the 4th richest person in America, Mark Zuckerberg.
Mark Zuckerberg is currently the 4th richest person in the United States, making almost $4.4 million per day. Mark was born on May 14, 1984 in White Plains, New York. He then attended Harvard University in 2004, but later dropped out. Mark dropped out with Dustin Monsovitz, Eduardo Cervan, and Chris Hughes, 3 college friends that also attended Harvard. Once Mark and his friends left college, they decided that they wanted to start something new. So in 2004, they created a website. Mark had made many websites before starting Facebook in 2004. Now, Facebook is one of the biggest social media websites in the United States. Facebook was originally a website that was made for viewing college campuses all over the United States and different information about the colleges. According to Nadia Yurtalog, who works with social policy and aerospace engineer for Castonian University in the History Studies International Journal of History, published in 2018, states that the real-world meaning for Facebook is a social media website developed by Mark Zuckerberg in February of 2004. Since his creation, it has been the biggest social media site, attracting people from all over the United States. To use Facebook, you first create a personal profile and provide information about yourself. Then, after that, you can either create this profile and make it public or private, depending on your privacy settings in which you choose. Then, after that, you either can request friends, like pictures and profiles, and you're able to share profiles with other people. Facebook is a way to connect with friends you don't always get to see. Mark Zuckerberg is one of the co-founders of Facebook since it was developed in 2004. Facebook is now the most used website in the United States. As that being said, Facebook brings in more than 1 billion users every single day. Mark Zuckerberg is also the president and chief executive of Facebook since it was developed in 2004. According to Ronald Humphrey, who is a professor in the Department of Management at Virginia Commonwealth University, where his work focuses on leadership and customer service, in the book Mark Zuckerberg, Facebook, Intelligence or Social Skills, published in 2004, states that Facebook is an American social media site and also a social networking site based in Malibu, California, where Mark Zuckerberg produced it. It now brings in billions and billions of dollars every single year. Now that I've talked about Mark Zuckerberg making his $1 million, let's talk about Warren Buffett and how he makes his billions.
Warren Buffett is a billionaire who made his billions by investing in the company Berkshire Hathaway. He is currently the CEO of this company. Berkshire Hathaway is a multinational conglomerate holding company located in Nebraska. A multinational company is a company made up of 2 or more different businesses that form together under one corporate group. When Warren Buffett was 25 years old, he made a partnership investment with 7 of his relatives and friends, one friend being Bill Gates. According to Glenn Arnold, who is a businessman, investor, professor of investment at the University of Salford, in the book The Deals of Warren Buffett, published in November 2017, states that Warren Buffett made all the investment decisions in this new company that he created. And he only had $105,000 available for the onset. When he was 29 years old, he then partnered with multiple other companies, which he made 55% returns on all of his shares. Other investors saw what he was doing and wanted him to invest their money as well, so he made even more partnerships. With his partner's money, he then used a portion of it to invest in a New England textile company called Berkshire Hathaway. The dominant shareholder of Berkshire Hathaway was Seabury Stanton. Seabury Stanton and Warren Buffett made a deal that Buffett would sell his shares to him for $11.50, which was 50% more than what Buffett paid to acquire them. But the formal offer was only $11.37. So Buffett did not sell them. Then when textile mills were going out of business, Buffett decided to buy more shares in the Berkshire Hathaway. He then had over 39% of the company and he formally took it over. He then bought more insurance companies with his new company that he had, and he used good uses of the floats. The float in the company is a pile of cash sitting within the firm. In 1972, he bought a chain brand of candy stores, which then generated $1.9 billion for Berkshire Hathaway to invest elsewhere, and is still making money today. Dow Jones Investment Index is a stock market index whose annual compound rate was 4.63%, while Berkshire Hathaway's annual compound rate was 21% per share. Dow Jones' investment of $1,000 resulted in $1,885 in 14 years, and Berkshire Hathaway's investment of $1,000 resulted in $14,000 in the same 14 years. Warren Buffett is also a trustee in the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. He's also a part of an organization called the Giving Pledge. The founders of the Giving Pledge are Warren Buffett and Bill Gates. The pledge has 187 signatures, and they have signatures from over 22 different countries. You can either sign it individually or with your spouse. Warren Buffett donates 99% of Berkshire Hathaway shares to philanthropy through his lifetime and even after his death. According to Rachel Koch, who is a part of a global surgery and social change program at the Harvard Medical University, in the journal Surgery, published in October 2018, states that philanthropy is the promotion of welfare for others, which is also known as for the general public. Warren Buffett is also known to donate $3.4 billion toward 5 other charities. These charities include the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation and the Susan Thompson Buffett Foundation and a few other family charities. The Susan Thompson Buffett Foundation was created in 1962, and it was named after his wife when she died in 2004. Now that I have told you about how Warren Buffett became a billionaire, next let's discuss Bill Gates.
Bill Gates is the second richest person in America with a net worth of over $94 billion. Bill Gates was born October 28, 1955 in Seattle, Washington, to William and Mary Gates. Both of his parents received advanced formal educations and were successful in their field. Following in his parents' footsteps, Bill Gates attended a private high school, which is where he had his first experience with computers. Michael Beecraft, who worked as a professor at Park University in Missouri, in his book, Bill Gates, A Biography, published August of 2014, states that Bill Gates, along with his classmate Paul Allen, were involved in a group that solved computing problems for their high school. Being that this was in the late 1960s, very few organizations had access to computers, with even less people being technically capable to program them. Bill Gates was one of the exceptions. He later went on to attend Harvard University in Massachusetts, but did not complete his degree. He dropped out in 1975 at the age of 19 to co-found Microsoft Corporation with Paul Allen. Microsoft develops, licenses, and supports a wide range of software products and services. When Bill Gates and Paul Allen founded Microsoft in 1975, Gates was the primary shareholder, owning 64% of the company. 8 years later, in 1983, Paul Allen left Microsoft. This allowed Bill Gates to make Microsoft a public company, allowing people to buy shares, making Bill Gates extremely rich. Historically, Microsoft has made a majority of its money from the commercial licensing of its products like software systems and operating systems. Current business has expanded to include having millions of sales of the Xbox One software and acquiring LinkedIn, Skype, and the gaming software company Mojang, which created Minecraft, all in the last 7 years. As a result of their continued growth, Microsoft's reported revenue in 2018 was $110 billion, a record high for the company. Microsoft Office also remains the most widely used software across the world, having very few comparable competitors in sight. Jeff Goodall, who has a master's degree in fine arts from the University of Columbia, and who is a 6-time published author, published in Rolling Stone's March of 2014, states that in 2000, Bill Gates stepped down from CEO of Microsoft, and in 2008, he had his last day as a full-time employee. This has allowed him to make his charity work his primary responsibility. The Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, which was founded in 2000 by Bill and his wife Melinda Gates, is the largest private charitable foundation in the world. Its intention is to give away their $94 billion to better the planet. Johnny Dodd, who has worked as a journalist at People magazine for 20 years and has won numerous national journalism awards published in People magazine February of 2018, states that over the past 18 years, the foundation has spent $41 billion on issues like healthcare, poverty, and education across the world. Every year, the foundation spends $4 billion to help developing countries with things like education, getting clean food and water, and gaining access to healthcare. The Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation has spent an accumulated $15.3 billion on vaccine research since 2000. Its main priorities have been finding a cure to Alzheimer's and to end the polio virus around the world. They also provide 22% of the world's malaria research and development. Over the past 3 decades, Bill Gates has become one of the world's wealthiest people while serving many roles as well as being the public face of Microsoft and using his accumulative wealth to improve global good. Now that you understand how Bill Gates has become one of the richest men in our country, let's talk about how Jeff Bezos has become the richest person in America.
Jeff Bezos became the richest man in modern history on July 16, 2018, as stated by Alex Lagone, a published journalist for the last 10 years and a current reporter for Time Magazine. In Time Magazine, published in July 2018. Currently, Jeff Bezos makes $150 billion as his net worth. He also makes $55 billion. He is $55 billion richer than the second richest man in the United States, Bill Gates. Jeff Bezos spends a lot of his money on space exploration as it is one of his favorite things. In the year 2000, he created the spaceflight company named Blue Origin. He spends about $1 billion every year funding this project. In 2018, Blue Origin launched their first suborbital rocket named New Shepard. For the years of 2019 and 2020, Blue Origin hopes to be able to send customers in small capsules up into the space and to be able to view our planet from outer space as a trip. This trip would only last a few minutes, but would cost well over $100,000. Before Jeff Bezos made his billions, he studied at Princeton and graduated in 1986 at the top of his class. He earned degrees there in computer science and electrical engineering. According to Eric Gregerson, a senior editor and writer for Encyclopedia Britannica for the last 12 years, and the Encyclopedia Britannica, revised May 2018, states that one of Jeff Bezos' first jobs outside of college was working at an investment firm in New York named D.E. Shaw and Company. There, he climbed the ladder and becoming the firm's youngest senior vice president. His job there was to examine the possibilities of investment on the internet. And this is really what sparked his interest in the internet and becoming a part of it and starting to work with the internet. Jeff Bezos is most commonly known as the creator of Amazon.com. According to Brian Dunigan, an experienced senior editor for Encyclopedia Britannica for the last 30 years in the Britannica Encyclopedia, revised October 2017, states that Amazon.com was created as an online bookstore that was originally being operated out of Jeff Bezos' garage in 1995. Amazon.com was also used as a web service to simplify online transactions for other websites. But many critics and journalists never thought Amazon.com would become much of anything. They thought that it would flop and never make any money, so they referred to it as Amazon.bomb. Despite all of these harsh claims, Jeff Bezos kept operating his company, and after the first 2 years of operation, Amazon.com had over 1 million customer accounts. And after full 3 years of operation, Amazon.com's revenues were soaring, hitting over $610 million in revenue. Even in today, Amazon.com is still continually growing, and by 2025, the expected revenue is over $150 billion. Going back to 2005, Jeff Bezos thought that Amazon.com should diversify what they were selling online. Instead of just selling books and music, Amazon.com started to sell clothing, home items, and just about anything you can think of. Amazon.com has also come out with their own line of devices, such as the Kindle e-reader, which was an e-reader that was so successful that it outsold the number of hardcover books for 2007. They also came out with the Amazon Echo, which is an in-home assistant called Alexa that can help you with just about any task you want it to. Jeff Bezos has also gotten very inventive with the way that he delivers packages to customers. Instead of delivering packages by car or by truck, he has started to deliver packages by drone. So it would only take 2 to 3 hours for your package to get to you after you place the order. It's funny to think that a company that started in someone's garage ended up making billions of dollars.
First, we talked about Mark Zuckerberg. Next, we talked about Warren Buffett.
Then we talked about Bill Gates. Finally, we discussed Jeff Bezos.
How the rich make their billions and the lifestyle that comes with it is something that fascinates all of us.
By the end of this speech, Jeff Bezos will have made $3,696,000. That's enough money to buy 1.7 million Dairy Queen dilly bars.